Welcome back. It's Reactions, Rants, and Rabbit Holes. And I'm probably on day, 3 or 4 of ranting away, feelings pouring out, and some of the heaviest reactions we've ever put on the channel. We're going doubling down with that now. Especially being I watched KGF 1 and I'm halfway through KGF 2. Rocky's alive and recovering, but his power has been diminished. It's very heavy in that movie right now, but that's just a movie. But what it did show me is, once again, so many ideas and principles transcend the globe. So once again, I'm like, wow, I could feel like I could relate to a couple of these individuals. And someone sends me this, and if I actually, my main goal is to try to figure out if it's true. Is most of the world full of decent people? I'm not an idealist, so I don't think yes is the answer. I think there's plenty of horrible ideas everywhere. I believe humanity, for the majority, is good, or wants to be. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's my own idealism. DYMBUR, child abuse. Here's the deal. I read the lyrics, and from the current events going on in the mainstream with this, with a certain country trying to normalize child-adult relations, to what I'm going to learn about here a little more, child marriage, cultural differences, regional practices, I'm thinking. And then I'm sure there's exceptions in the states here where I think it's a damn shame that it's normalized anywhere, and I agree that it's child abuse. That music is so good. Then what a heavy sub. Oh.
Let's educate, focus on things that's happening today. You think you've seen all dues and paid, you better think again. You need to open your eyes, open your heart before it's too late. Come step into a world and realize it's their forsaken fate. 1.5 million of them getting married every year. With largest number of child brides been born right here. They have been taught to comply and have been forced to abide. They don't even have a choice, it's the price they pay.
Well, I believe Just to double down on my belief that following orders, going along with it, and believing in progressive ideals that cultural differences should be accepted, not questioned, create the need for songs like this. Because I unfortunately believe that this is a good example of what the whole globe will look like if the elitists and globalists get their way. And I don't know enough about this, but I envision in the back of my head that people with nothing will make arrangements so obscene for something that atrocities like this go on. I'm sorry I'm being cryptic. The song's already heavy enough for the, right? And then I got to watch what I say. Honestly, if we're going to go on for another year, I'm going to have to learn to speak appropriately on this channel, but still say what I want to say. And that's going to take time too. And I don't know if any of you out there know Mike. He's in the comments everywhere. Mike knew a lot. I saw most of my old stuff before I erased or I took it down. And I hope I'm on a kinder, gentler path. But I admit that a lot of this is anger-inducing. And I am 100% against it being normalized, accepted, promoted. And what's worse a little bit is this song is pretty fire. But I'm getting triggered by the servant thing. So Minnesota, I live right next to Minnesota. But Minnesota was, if they had someone who had a servant locked up in their basement, human trafficking. And it wasn't for no sick abuse. They just wanted someone to do their chores. That's that. If anybody wants to know why I get mad all the time, if you can't do your own vacuuming, I just don't even want to see it. Then I don't know. But if you gotta kidnap and put people into bondage so someone can clean your house, I hope the future is miserable for you. So yeah, once again, it gets me all worked up because it's not the horror side of Hollywood. It's horrible people wanting servants and help and to live in lifestyles that they don't even deserve, but somehow think or have the power so they can get it. When are we going to take the power away from people who want to put other humans into bondage? The natural state of human beings is freedom. That is the natural state. Your need for care, 100%. But you can conceive and breed anywhere. Your natural existence is freedom. So here's my problem. I live in the States, just in case you outside of the States watching this. And I listen to cries and bullshit about wanting time machines to go back and fight injustices that happened, while actual injustices go on all day. Now, isn't there parts of the globe where there is literally active slavery going on? How about we all get together and fix that shit? Instead of cry about perceived inequities and shit. I'm pretty sure the globe has got a lot more inequities than, you don't get enough time to charge your smart car and drink lattes. And Tom McDonald taught me to be angry at people who use smartphones and drink lattes. Blame Tom, not me.
To comply, and I've been forced to abide. They don't even have a choice, it's the price they pay. Suffer, suffer. We're the ones who let them suffer. They will get till dead daily. Well, every day our kids say suffer. Me and you, we don't even bother to fade away. We once were sons and loving daughters. Don't look away, let's act together. Fade away. They fall, then break. I face this monster. Every night he would try to crawl into my bed. Sometimes I turn to mommy and we start rapping down. You need to hear me out. I have much more to tell. I never thought I'd get isolated, stuffed to death. Every night he would try to crawl into my bed. Sometimes I turn to mommy and we start rapping down. In my bed, inside my head you think you're enough. Let me tell you something else instead. Over 100 children are abused every day. Only for present, yes, it is expected today. This kid is never lie. Every day our kids say suffer. Me and you, we don't even bother to fade away. We once were sons and loving.
I'll be back. Oh shit, I'm sorry about that. This one's it's the nail in my coffin. I believe in, if this is watching anybody, smoking's bad and it's gonna kill you. I guess I'm supposed to. I watch your movies and it appears that you have to put disclaimers even on the film. And here's my argument in life. I'm fucking tired of people worrying about smoking. Fuck me. Yeah. I'm worried about evil people trying to fuck me when I'm a child. And then there's sons of bitches talking about it's normal. Yep. Some of us are normally psychopaths. Should we normalize that too? Because I think I get it in the middle of all this pain and bullshit. The technocrats win. They're not going to take these desires away from themselves. They're going to take them all away from you. And then they're going to abuse and consume us. Because it already goes on. And the same people who run the planet and go to the Epstein Island are going to get to do that for the rest of their lives. Because fucking losers want to conform and are too terrified. Oh, fuck. See, this is why I didn't want to do none of the child's musicians. Because, so we erase them on our end. We do our best. But y'all must understand, right? When you're out there in the comments and you're being happy and you're having conversations, there's a 1% of you that are fucking putting porn and sick shit and trolling. That not only this subject exists for real, but just trying to be nice to each other on the internet makes people try to feed you shit that you don't need to see. And I talked about this earlier. I'm not anti-sex. And I'm probably even more open-minded than you can imagine. But on everything I hold sacred, I know there are lines. that can't ever be crossed. And as soon as they are, you don't ever get to come back. You're not, I don't want to be an ass. I use the same example. It's, you want someone to pee on you, fine. But you don't get to stand next to me and pretend that you enjoy being urinated on makes you of the same value as everybody else. There's something dysfunctional about that. Nothing should ever normalize it. Now, I use that example because I don't think that's immoral. I think it's just gross. When super unhygienic. But if that turns your freaking crank, then go in private and do your thing. The line comes in when you do harm. And the idea that children are little adults is bullshit. No. That is not true. They're not. Innocent, naive, with no or little understanding of the world. And now it's worse. You put the phones in your hand and the kid can run the phone better than you, so you think they're mature or something. No! They just took tech better than you old people. It don't mean they're open up to be your partners. This was it. So today was the last day. I don't have any more subjects to share. This is my last position. I've shared everything I care about. Everything that either makes me what I think is a good man, or at least what I perceive to be a good man. Once again, I don't mean to ostracize anybody, but I do bother. So I believe I've referenced the island, the elite set that go there, and here's what it is. I do bother because it's a top-down problem. As long as these kind of activities are coveted by people who cannot be told no, then everyone underneath them will see that and emulate it. I'm pretty sure I said that right. Not everyone, of course. There's the whole rest of us who would fight against it with all our hearts and souls. But unfortunately, there's too much history of this in our family. And that's the most I'm going to tell you. I tried to explain this to everybody from the very beginning. I never said I wasn't an ex-con. I've never said I wasn't a junkie. I was all those things. I don't think I've been an abuser. And no one in my family ever abused me. So I can't relate to that. But I can personally relate to being mistreated. And unfortunately, that's probably where the line starts, huh? Then you do drugs. Then you do crime. Some people never get their lives back. I got my life. And I haven't acted out against perpetrators to take revenge that I wish upon them every day. And unfortunately, I was left to learn from it all. And that's a sad effing answer, too.
What were sons and loving daughters? Don't look away, let's act together. Fade away. They'll fade away, they fall and
Sorry. This will obviously have to go to Patreon. I don't wish much. I don't wish much at all. Because if I did, I'd wish to make success, not dislike it. And I'd like to get so much power that I could hire my own special mercenary force like they already have out there. And I would spend all my money funding to hunt people like that down. There's my wish. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that this world exists and then that some people are trying to normalize it.